Hi, I'm Charlie Austin. Hi, also too. You are here on the Merlin stage where we discuss about consciousness and energy. And in today's video, I'm gonna discuss about emancipation, the word of the moment, why you should care about. But before I do any of what is in store for all of us, I will ask from all of you to hit the notification bell, to hit the like button, and most important of all, to hit the subscribe button so you can help this YouTube channel to grow and to reach other people that love philosophy of life and pondering about what really matters even more in these troubled times that we are living in. Okay, with all of that, I think that it's important to bring to your awareness why I should be qualified, a YouTuber, to discuss about such matters as emancipation. Let me backpedal and bring you into some of my past lifetimes in the planet, and then you're gonna get a scope, you're gonna get a real visualization of the many boxes of wisdom that I've gathered from all my sojournings into the physical plane of this physical plane which we call Earth. So back in the days of King Arthur, I was a very lovely and a very wise sage. And remember, during King Arthur's time, he had like his most trusted advisor, the wizard or sage Merlin. If we go even more into the past, down the memory lane, you will know that I was Marcus, or the lovely boy called Mark in your Bible. This boy that ran away in the night that Jesus was arrested. And coming all the way back to more recent times, in the past century, I was Charles T. And I built a financial system that ended up becoming one of the most rich religions even up to these days. So I think that I have on my reservoir a lot of things, many intels, many insights that I can bring about many subjects that should be circulating in the consciousness of the species for a while now. But the reality of the fact is that it's not happening. Emancipation is one of these words that is not just a word in itself, but it's a whole booklet. It is a whole world on itself of things that should concern ourselves. Emancipation is an energy that is at the basis of building a life of freedom of enslavement, of freedom of all that hook us to the things that are not the real us, to the things that really shouldn't be there in the first place, but we allow them to be placed there in our lives for inaction, for really realizing the divine beings, the divine souls, the divine creators that all of us came down here into this planet to be or to become. So, in a world right now where we can see many things, where all over, all around, we are seeing things cracking, we are seeing whole systems really crumbling under their own pressure, or the exterior pressure being put or placed upon them, where everybody in one way or another are feeling deep within this need for freedom, for a new way of living, for a new status of life. Nobody is thinking about emancipation. Emancipation is not in the groups of discussion. The word emancipation is not something that it's called for when we talk about true freedom, being a sovereign being, being a sovereign world, being a world that is energetically sovereign. Having a planet that is sovereign in many other areas. By the way, being sovereign of violence, or being sovereign away from violence, hate, hatred, racism, terrorism, and all the other awful things that befall all of us. So much is talked about getting freed, of getting liberty, of being a son and a daughter of freedom. but very few of us realize what energies are right there creating this most experientiality of freedom. And among these most important energies is emancipation. What is the definition of emancipation in my perspective, in my call? Emancipation is to get rid of everything that hinders you of being all that you are. Our world, collectively speaking, has to do this now. That's what's being called for before humanity. That's what humanity has to stand up for. And many of us are failing because they don't know how to work with energies. They don't know how to evoke that transcendental energy or power within them to counteract their things that are the things that are failing them in their lives, the things that are failing them in their societies, in their groups, in their conditionings, in their work environments, and so many other areas of life. So we should call upon ourselves, we should call within ourselves emancipation, not just a word, but all that comes with it. Emancipation is just becoming what you have always truly been all along, whether you were incarnated or not. But the matter of the fact is you are incarnated just right now in this most momentous time of humanity and of this planet. So before trying to change anything outside of yourself, start trying to change some of the parts inside of you. Call upon action. Call to action this energy of emancipation so it can make alive dead parts of you, deadened parts of you by society, by what is put before you as right or wrong, as the right ideology or the wrong ideology. We should transform ourselves as a society. We should call to an end to the ideas of the West society and the East society. We are just one society. We are just one human species. We can start doing that by emancipating ourselves, both internally, personally, locally, and globally from these notions. So emancipation is the word of the moment, but many of you, many of us are not grabbing the opportunity to do something very powerful, equally powerful as the word itself. Emancipation will bring light into all that untapped potential within individuals and within humanity. That untapped potential that is what is missing for we concurring with the things that should go ahead and transform our human species into a better species, into a more loving species, into a more understanding species. The same untapped potential very rarely used by the individuals because they are so much unaware of it. Emancipation. I'm not coming here to give you the facts, to talk about the latest developments in the politics, in the world of science, in the world of politics and human development, or politics and urbanization, or politics and the next election, or politics and the cultural development of many groups worldwide. No, that's not my intention. That's not why I came here before this camera. I came here to talk about emancipation. Emancipation doesn't need facts, doesn't need to be backed up by what is happening out there. By the way, all that is happening outside of us is because emancipation is not within. Because we discuss much about humanity being freed of its own self-created evils, but no one wants to pay the price. And the price is building within, is cultivating within emancipation. So start emancipating yourself from all notions, views, from all that is squeezed against, that is squeezed in such a way that it becomes this very powerful force against you, putting you on a very tiny spot on the dead end street, and start expanding, allowing yourself. And in that moment, when you do that, emancipation will be occurring. Emancipation will be taking place. And humans that are fully emancipated, that have large rooms within themselves, will see all those things in their exterior world that was preventing those equally large rooms of opportunity to manifest as part of the real life is starting to crack. And instead of them being replaced by what is really true, by what is really essential, by what can really make humanity to take a turn. And finally, we look at ourselves, we right our wrongs, and we becoming in the process the emancipated ones, the ones that will survive as a species, that will care for planet Earth, and that will be here in the future to tell the story of emancipated species. I am Charlie Austin Hayoso. Here we discuss about consciousness and energy. I see you in our next video. Bye.